in his second year as the head coach, will get his offense on the field against former Packer head coach Lindy Infante. He was out of football once he was fired from Green Bay. Came here as the offensive coordinator under Ted Marchibroda and brought in a lot of players as he was named the head coach. Chris Gardocki will be kicking off for the Indianapolis Colts. And deep back, Riedel Anthony, a good-looking rookie out of the University of Florida. The Colts, the Bucs, and here we go from the Dome in Indy. Anthony from the goal line for Tampa Bay. And he's out to the 19-yard line. Tackle made by Chris Hetherington, a reserve running back. Trent Dilfer is in the midst of his best season as a pro. 12 touchdowns, a career high. 8th-rated quarterback in the NFL. Good-looking offensive line. Gruber, Pine is the most consistent. Mayberry, Diaz, and a good-looking second-year player in Jason Odom. In the backfield, rookie Warwick Dunn with Mike Allstott. Anthony along with Copeland. Anthony, the rookie who just returned the kickoff. And the tight end is Dave Moore, taking the place of the injured starting tight end Jackie Harris. From the 19-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go. And Warwick Dunn takes it over the left side and out to the 22-yard line and picks up 3 yards. Setting up second down and 7. The Colts defense comes into today 18th in the NFL. Fontenot, McCoy, Ellis Johnson, a former number 1. Dan Footman today takes the place of the injured Tony Bennett. In the linebacking core, Morrison, Alexander, and Quentin Coriat. And in the secondary, a couple of hard-hitting safeties, Belzer and Blackman. The corners, Gray along with Diedrich Mathis. In a 3 on first down, second down, 7 yards to go with Dunn and Allstott in the backfield. Horace Copeland goes in motion. Dilfer's first pass is caught by the tight end Dave Moore. He is near the 27-yard line. Just his 7th reception of the year. He picks up 6 yards. He'll be a couple yards shy of a first down.
Real tight coverage by the Colts. Not much room. Excellent throw.
So it'll be third down and a long one. Carl Williams is coming as a wide receiver. So 3 receivers deployed for quarterback Trent Dilfer. Short drop back by Dilfer. First down pass caught by Riedel Anthony as he gets away and takes it up to the 37-yard line. Tackle made by linebacker Elijah Alexander, and Anthony is the team's lone big play wide receiver today. He picks up 9 on that 3rd and 1.
Good job for protection. The Colts are going to send the blitz off the weak side, the open inside. Excellent pickup. And 3rd down, Dilfer's the number 1 quarterback in the NFC. He continues that.
Allstott by himself in the backfield. Opening drive of the game. First down and 10 yards to go for the Buccaneers near the 35. And here is Mike Allstott, the best fullback the first half of the season in the NFL, and he picks up about a yard before being stuck by Elijah Alexander. 2nd and 9.
And I think they have to get Allstott going. What's happened to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they become a run-oriented 1st and 10 with Mike Allstott. And I think the defenses are just playing for a run on 1st down, and he's finding it very hard to find any open holes.
He's got a lot of people here who are filling a lot of holes because he played at nearby Purdue, and he's from Chicago.
He said the big day, though, is going to be when he has to go to Chicago and play against the Bears. That'll take his whole paycheck to buy all those tickets.
2nd down and 9. Dilfer with traffic, and down he goes. Dilfer is sacked back at the 26-yard line, brought down by Dan Footman, taking the place of the injured Tony Bennett. And Footman comes up with his 4th sack of the year and a loss of 8 on the play.
Well, a good job by Dilfer because the ball was supposed to go to Riedel Anthony, and they had called a corner rotation, talking about the Colts, where they would have intercepted the ball. Dilfer saw that. I would say 2 years ago he'd have thrown that football, and there would have been an interception. And even though he got sacked, Kevin, that was an excellent job by the quarterback.
You like Dilfer now?
He has grown so much, and that play right there tells you he knows what's going on, and he read that he was in trouble.
It's 3rd and 17 with the ball just outside the Tampa Bay 27-yard line in a scoreless first quarter. Flag is thrown. Dilfer on the run, and he throws low and an uncatchable pass to wide receiver Horace Copeland. But there is a flag on the play.
walked over, talking about the official that threw the flag, walked over to Dilfer and talked to him after he threw the flag.
Mike Carey is our referee today, and the preliminary call is against the Buccaneers. So marching back 5 yards. What was 3rd and 17 now becomes 3rd and 22 back at the 23 of the Buccaneers.
Well, there was no option to the Colts whether to decline the penalty or take it, so it had to be they ran out of time on the clock.
Tight end goes in the backfield. Handoff. Well done. No place to run, no place to hide. Brought down at the 23-yard line by Tony McCoy. And the Colts will force the Buccaneers to punt on their first possession.
Well, they got out of there with not a great offense once again in the first quarter, but they did get out of there without turning the ball over. Here's Sean Landetta, who's had to come in after they lost their real good punter. Punter was injured trying to make a tackle.
Tommy Barnard, who is hurt up in Green Bay, broke a collarbone, so he's gone. Ryan Stabline from Ohio State is deep back. A wobbly punt, not very long, and in traffic, Stabline makes the catch after the 38-yard punt. So the Colts will get it with pretty good beginning field position at the 40-yard line. McCoy saw to that with a nice defensive play. Scoreless in Indy. So the Buccaneers punt the first time they have it. Quarterback is Paul Justin from his own 40-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. Jack Crockett is in the backfield, and Justin goes right to work on first down, gets out of traffic, throws a pass, which is through the hands and maybe a little bit high for running back Marshall Falk. And Justin has to scrape himself off the floor. Today he makes his 5th career start, coming off a career-high day of 243 yards passing last week in San Diego. Pretty good offensive line, but a couple of rookies. Meadows at the tackle, Glenn at the guard, with Waddell. Lewinberg is the best on the line, and the former Packer Tony Mandarich. Falk and Crockett in the backfield. Dawkins and Harrison, the wide receivers. And the emerging star at tight end is Ken Dilger. From the 40-yard line, second down and 10 yards to go. And the handoff goes to Zach Crockett. First year as a starter, third-year player out of Florida State. And he picks up a yard on the play, setting up the 3rd and long. The defense, it's a base 4-3, Ahanitu, Culpepper, Sapp, and Upshaw. As good a young group as you'll find league-wide. In the linebacking core, Rufus Porter, the former Seahawk, Nickerson, and Derek Brooks leads the team in tackles. Abraham and Parker are the cornerbacks. Mincy and the hard-hitting John Lynch are the safeties. It's 3rd down and 9 in the scoreless first quarter. Low snap, it's loose and picked up by the Buccaneers. A fumble by Indianapolis as Reagan Upshaw covers up the loose ball, and the first turnover of the game on a bad snap from center Jay Lewinberg.
Well, I was watching Paul Justin. I promise you, Paul Justin is injured from the very first play. He can barely walk off the field, and I think it probably on this low snap, he couldn't move, he couldn't get to the football, and they're real lucky. Upshaw should have scored on that. He should have tried to pick that up and run that thing in. Meadows put his hand down on him because Reagan Upshaw could have picked that up and ran that thing in.
So a bad snap from Lewinberg, the center, gives the Buccaneers first down and 10 yards to go from the Colts 21-yard line. Dunn in motion out of the backfield. Zilker, short drop, quick throw, the tight end with another reception on the play as he takes it all the way to the 12. It's a gain of 9, and the catch is made by Dave Moore. He came into the game today with just 6 receptions. He's already got 2 in the first 7 minutes of the game.
And that's a 1st and 10 pass. And when they set this back in motion, that left only a linebacker to cover the tight end because that linebacker had to run all the way outside for the back in motion. Nice design, and you have to throw on 1st and 10 to get this offense going again.
Second down and 1. The sweep to Dunn, gets a block and is crawling inside the 10. Gets as far as the 8-yard line, picking up 4. It's a first down as Ellis Johnson, the former number 1 pick, makes the stop.
But Dunn has great quickness, good speed, but he doesn't bring a lot of weight in there. And you could see he's the thin man. When he ran up in there, there was no big, heavy hitting. But he did run in there with some quickness.
Jerry, he's only 5'8". A lot of people speculate that because he was so short is the reason why he fell in the draft. He was as good a running back as there was in college football, but he went all the way to number 12, and Tampa Bay was lucky to get him there.
Well, I think 5'8" wasn't as big a deterrent as his weight. You know, 178 pounds in this league isn't a lot with those big defensive players hitting you.
Ellis Johnson is the player down for the Colts. He's at the 10-yard line. He's the one who made the tackle on Warwick Dunn. We're pretty good inside the red zone. With a first and goal at the 9, Bernard Whittington takes the place of the injured Ellis Johnson. Mike Allstott is in the backfield, and 2 tight ends for Tampa Bay. This is the fullback, Allstott, who pierces the line and runs into the teeth of the Colt defense and picks up 3 before free safety Jason Belzer makes the stop.
When you go to 1 back and 2 tight ends, if you're going to run up inside, a guard has to pull. Watch the right guard, George Diaz. He has to pull, lead up through the hole, and a nice cleanup block. He puts a big hit on Dan Footman and gives a little bit room for the back to get that first down.
Couple tight ends still. Second down goal from the 6. Allstott again. And he plows his way down to the 1-yard line, moving a pile and picking up 5 in the process.
Well, you called it moving the pile. The whole Colt defensive line got pushed back 3-4 yards. Excellent job up front by Jim Pine, Tony Mayberry. They moved the interior of that Colt defense, who just lost a good player, Ellis Johnson.
Frank Middleton, 73, just checks in. He is a backup guard, but he'll be a tackle eligible. It is third down and goal. This was set up by an Indianapolis fumble from the 1-yard line. The tight end with the lead block, Allstott dives in for the touchdown. And the Buccaneers cash in on a Colt turnover, and it's 6-0 Tampa Bay.
Excellent job of leaping. Allstott's a big, heavy guy that I thought would stay on the ground longer, but he's got that athletic ability to go ahead and make the leap. Up and over. Watch where his feet go. Wow, that's a long leap. That's 3.5 yards. Excellent job. He's looking around to see if he's in. He's in.
That's 250 pounds missiling through the air. Michael Husted, who has had some extra point problems. He's missed 3 this year after missing just 1 in his previous 4 years. Steve Wallace will hold, and the kick is up. And the kick is good. And the Buccaneers cash in on a Colt fumble. Mike Allstott from a yard away hurdles his body into the end zone. It's Tampa Bay 7, Colts nothing. Over the winless Indianapolis Colts.
Well, talking to the Colts players, this couldn't have been the best thing for them. I think they're very emotionally spent. They're wondering if they're ever going to win one, and then you start off with that big fumble.
Ensuing kickoff by Michael Husted, picked up by Aaron Bailey, a reserve wide receiver inside the 5-yard line, and the special teams of the Bucs knock him down at the 12-yard line. Special teams have been a concern for the Bucs of late, as Ellis Johnson is carted off the field. Colts get it back. 12-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go for the Colts, trailing 7-0, and the handoff goes to Marshall Faulk for the first time today, and he's out to the 15-yard line, picking up 3 and brought down by left cornerback Donnie Abraham. An injured Paul Justin on the first series.
Well, the very first play of the game, Justin went back to pass, and Reagan Upshaw hits him and hyperextends his knee. Watch the hit right on his right knee. Look at that thing folding. He could not barely walk the next 2 plays. I think that's one reason he couldn't pick up that bad snap in the shotgun. Lipping real bad right now.
Second down and 7 with 2 tight ends. Justin will drop back to throw, winds up, throwing deep, and he's got his receiver. Caught by Marvin Harrison to the 41 of the Buccaneers. One of the longest plays of the season for the Colts. It's good for 39 yards, and that is a season high through the air.
One-on-one catch against Donnie Abraham. Donnie's not in too bad shape, but Harrison has the step on him. And luckily, Donnie's able to push him out of bounds. He squatted a little bit. He didn't turn his hips over quick enough. And he got a little bit beat on that play by squatting. He thought it was going to be a break to the outside.
First down and 10 to go, and the handoff goes to Marshall Faulk, who takes it down to the 36-yard line, picks up 3. It'll be second down. Right now for McDonald's game break, let's return to Joe Buck at our Fox Television Center in Hollywood.
All right, Kevin, in Chicago, big fullback Larry Bowie, his first career touchdown, powering 5 yards for a Washington score. Bears fans are quiet. The 4-4 Skins are up by 14 early. Back to Indy, Kevin and Jerry.
Bowie was undrafted out of Georgia. Beat out Mark Logan this year. Now he starts in the backfield. Second down and 5. 7-0 here with the Buccaneers on top. Draw play, handoff. Zach Crockett got a block from Mandarich. Takes it for a first down to the 26-yard line. John Lynch the stop. It's a gain of 10.
A great job by Lynch. Lynch was able to get off the block to stop Crockett from going the distance. Lynch is sitting back about 7-9 yards. Red pass first. And right there gets off a block by Tarek Glenn and is able to get the tackle. Otherwise, that was a touchdown.
Falk has become a receiver at the top of your screen on 1st and 10, and that play is stopped before it had a chance to start.
Well, the whole line moved and the ball wasn't snapped. So usually the center didn't have the snap count on that one.
And the center is Jay Lewenberg. He's already had a bad snap today.
Before the snap, there was a false start on the offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
Rookie Tarek Glenn.
Tarek's big enough that if he moves or cheats, everybody's going to see him. 78, the right guard.
345 pounds. He has not missed many meals.
Nope. And he's part of the future for the Colts with starting 2 young rookie offensive linemen. Blitz.
Move it back 5, 1st and 15. The blitz is on. Justin is whacked, and the pass is dropped by running back Marshall Falk, who for a second consecutive play ended up as a wide receiver, and Justin has taken a beating.
I think Justin may be out after this play because you got a blitzer on-touch blitzer. Nobody's anywhere near him. You can't let big men run free for a big smack. And Justin is still bent over.
And listen what's back at Justin, who today is making his 5th career start, and he is down now on his knee at the 37-yard line. The backup is Kelly Holcomb, who has never played in the regular season. There he is. And they signed Kerwin Bell, who is coaching Little League football in Florida. There he is, number 12. He was cut in preseason after losing the job to Holcomb. And Jim Harbaugh, of course, is out. And, Jerry, you talked with Harbaugh yesterday for about 20 minutes out because of the scuffle last week in San Diego with Jim Kelly.
I did. One thing he didn't know, that was Rufus Porter. There's Jim Harbaugh there. The Tampa Bay free blitzer was Rufus Porter, on touch coming in there. And maybe Kelly should get in there and play quarterback for this team and see how he likes to get hit. You can't turn people loose. Big people. Rufus Porter's big enough everybody should see him with nobody assigned to him. I would never question Harbaugh's toughness. I'd never question if he's injured, he's injured.
There's Rufus Porter. He was the one that came in. So Justin will at least leave for one play. And he hurt his knee on the first play of the game. And he's got a big brace on that, as you can see right there.
What I don't like is his left hand and arm is quivering. That usually means something is dislocated. Here's the hit. Watch Rufus Porter. You cannot let big men come free.
And he slammed him down on that shoulder.
And that's a rookie left tackle, Adam Meadows. What I don't like is his hand and arm is trembling. And when you got... I wonder who he's howling at. Don't be howling at anybody unless you're howling at your own offensive line, Paul.
Or the running back, who is not back there to help.
Well, the running back went to the right. That means the line's got to slide to the left, unless the running back made a mistake. But you shouldn't holler at Rufus. Rufus is doing exactly what he's told to do, and he put a good, clean, legal hit on it.
So here's Kelly Holcomb, 1 year out of Middle Tennessee State, was on the Colts practice squad last year. He was signed and waived by Tampa Bay 4 times. So he's familiar with the Bucs. He's going to get a lot more familiar here in just a second. Second down and 15, draw play. Crockett. There go flags, and Crockett slithers his way to the 23 before John Lynch makes the stop after a gain of 8. Penalty is against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Looked like the right defensive end, Reagan Upshaw, jumped off sides. What's happening with the Colts, they're going to 4 wide people. They're spreading the formation so that Tampa Bay cannot run an 8-man front. You can't run an 8-man front when you spread the formation, and that's why they're seeing daylight on the running game.
Offsides on the defense. The right end, 5-yard penalty. It remains second down.
Right end is Steve White. Reagan Upshaw is there, number 91. There you see Kelly Holcomb. Never has played in a regular season game until today. Jerry, as a former coach, is it better to have a guy who's going to make his first appearance in a game know all week about it, or to be thrown into the fire like this without a chance to think about it?
Sometimes they do better when they haven't had a chance to be frightened, scared, or nervous.
That kind of sums up you every Sunday.
Look at that left arm. Look at that left hand. Plus, he got his knee hyperextended on the first play.
So Justin is gone. Harbaugh is out. Second down and 10. Crockett gets the call, and he is mauled at the 26. After a gain of a yard, Hardy Nickerson was there.
Well, the Colts went back to a conventional formation. Look at that arm. The Colts went back to a conventional formation. You cannot run on a two-back set against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're too good on defense.
Why is that?
They swarm too much. The more people, this is Paul Justin walking through the back on his way probably to get an X-ray.
Halloween 2 days late for Justin. Seventh play of the drive. Set up a big pass to Harrison. Third down and 10. From the shotgun, Holcomb. Good time in the throw, a little bit wide and uncaught by Marvin Harrison. Donnie Abraham was covering a hard-hitting cornerback. He was there with the play, and the defense for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will hold the Colts to a three-point try.
I want you to look. There's no backs back here. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers. So they're trying to open up the formation, hoping that that'll allow them to find some holes. But I think you better put some people in there for protection. If your quarterbacks are all getting knocked down and injured, you better add people for protection.
All-pro Kerry Blanchard will try a 43-yard attempt. Gardocki, the punter, on the hold, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Blanchard, 5 years out of Oklahoma State, and a Pro Bowler last year with his holder Gardocki, the punter, with the Colts on the board, and now it is 7-3 here late in the first quarter from the Dome in Indianapolis. Folks, a reminder coming up next on our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. It continues with one of the biggest and most talked about games of the season as the Dallas Cowboys take on the San Francisco 49ers live from 3Com Park. Next, right here on Fox. San Francisco comes in with one loss, only loss of the season, to these same Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Coach Tony Dungy.
Well, everybody wondered after that game if Tampa Bay was very good or if the 49ers had slid a little bit. And I think what we had was a combination of both. I think that game was a wake-up call for the 49ers. And, of course, they've strung out 7 wins in a row against absolutely no one. All they're beating up is NFC West teams who there's nobody there who can play other than the 49ers.
Reedell Anthony, the rookie wide receiver, is deep back at about the goal line, awaiting the kickoff from former Chicago Bear Chris Gardocki. The Colts get on the board with the 43-yard field goal set up by a 39-yard pass play to Marvin Harrison. And Anthony from the goal line for the Bucs. Second time he's returned to kickoff today, and he's out near the 17-yard line. Nice swarming special teams by the Colts as Marcus Powell was there.
Well, Lindy told us to watch Marcus Powell. He said he's a backup defensive end, but does an excellent job on special teams. When you can make tackles in the 1990s on kickoffs inside the 20, you got good coverage. Every year, you know, the league moves the ball back farther, so it's harder and harder to make that tackle inside the 20-yard line.
And they move it back because they want return.
They want to see returns. They want to see the excitement of a return.
On the 17-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Dilfer goes right to work, and he's going deep, looking for the rookie Anthony, and it's incomplete. Make it Horace Copeland downfield, who missed the entire 96 season with the left knee. A little bit long was Dilfer. Second down and 10.
Unusual. I like what they're doing. They're passing on first and 10 and trying to go downtown. Watch the right tackle for Tampa Bay against Fontenot. This is Jason Modem. And he gets in a little trouble, so the ball had to come out early. I think Dilfer could feel that he was going to get pressure off that backside.
What kind of arm does he have?
Strong arm. I think why he's successful. You got a strong arm, you got a person with character, and you got a guy that'll study that loves to play football. Sooner or later, all that comes to the top, and you end up with a good quarterback.
It was a yard gain and a 2nd and 10 pitch to Warwick Dunn. That sets up 3rd down and 9 late in the first quarter with the Buccaneers on top by 4.
Warwick Dunn has slowed down these last few weeks from all the success they had early, and you're hoping that the small body is not becoming real tired. What happens to little bodies in the National Football League, when they get hit by big guys, they wear out. It's not a college season. It's not 10, 11 games. It's a long haul.
They run them a lot. 3rd down and 9. Dilfer, pocket crumbles, and he's on the move and being chased by McCoy and brought down by Al Fontenot, number 99. The former Chicago Bear, who's in his 5th year out of Baylor, comes up with his 2nd sack of the season, and the Buccaneers have got a punt.
Well, if you ever saw a coverage sack, this is it. 4 wide receivers. One comes in for protection. I like what the Tampa Bay did there. They slide him out. But look how everybody is shut out. They have pitched a shutout, and that's caused the sack. That is a coverage sack.
Here's Sean Landetta.
Sean's gained a little weight since the last time we've seen him. The Rams.
Ryan Stabline is deep back. It's a rocket very high, and Stabline is blocked at the 50-yard line. And it's a punt of 34 yards. Greg Belisari, who is a rookie out of Ohio State, just said hello to a former Buckeye teammate, Stabline.
Well, Belisari rang Stabline's bell. Face on face. Watch the face.
Buckeye against Buckeye.
Buckeye, whang. Hello. Man. I'm going to show it to you one more time. This is not slow-mo. This is how it happens. That's why they don't pay you enough to return kicks.
There may be more emphasis on special teams now than ever before.
I think with not having teams with you along, players getting up and leaving free agency, that your coverage teams have become more and more important.
Kelly Holcomb from their own 49 will hand off on 1st down and 10 yards to go, and it goes to Marshall Falk, who picks up 3 yards over the right side of his offensive line. Chidi Ahanatu, we talked with him yesterday, makes the stop.
What a great visit with Chidi, and he wonders if everybody knows that he's on this football team. He's surrounded by such good football players as Culpepper and Sapp that Chidi says sometimes they don't know I'm out there, but if you watch film, you know he's there. Watch 72. He shucks off the tight end. Ken Delger, tight end blocking on Chidi Ahanatu ought to be legal. There won't be anybody blocking him.
Former 6th-round pick, Kelly Holcomb, 2nd down and 7. Some movement. There goes a flag as the handoff went to Zach Crockett, and he stopped that play in mid-motion. With 1:22 to play here in the first quarter from the Dome in Indianapolis.
Before the snap, false start on the offense. Number 85, 5 yards.
Pressure by the Bears on Farrat. He gets hit as he lets go. Flag down, and you're right.
Got to cheat to get Chidi, so he's going to try to leave early. I don't like when your defensive end has to block, a tight end has to block a defensive end.
I did a cha-cha with Chidi.
Oh, man, it's a mismatch. I used to always think we could win if we could get him to force that blocking scheme.
With the penalty, 2nd down and 12. Holcomb down the middle, high yet caught. Spectacular catch made by Sean Dawkins, a 5th-year wide receiver out of Cal. It's a pickup of 22, and that'll go a long way to helping the confidence of young quarterback Kelly Holcomb.
Well, Kelly had a nice ball. It was a little high, but it had a good ball. Watch the slot receiver. He's out of our picture. He comes back into the picture. Little high, but a nice grab by Sean Dawkins. Watch him go up. Beating Anthony Parker. Another good corner for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So his first NFL completion goes for a 1st down and 23 yards. It's 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Zach Crockett. Power drives up the middle and gains 5. Down to the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Chidi Ahanatu of the Buccaneers.
I want to show you the whole formation, Kevin. Why is there daylight for the first time for the Colts? It's because of this formation. They're spread all out. I call it 4 wides. wide out, wide out, wide out, wide out. So now they can only play a 4-1 inside.
Spreads out that defense.
Well, there's only 5 people in there now. 5 people, it cleans up for the offensive line. It cleans up. They can find who to block. It's 5-on-5, and you're going to find some daylight.
So the starting quarterback is knocked out of the game for Indianapolis, and a kid who has never played in a regular season game, leading the Colts against the Buccaneers. At the Buccaneer 25. Kelly Holcomb, the former Buccaneer quarterback, throws and completes the pass to Marvin Harrison. His second catch today, and it picks up about 4 on the play.
And it's what they're doing, they're helping this young quarterback with a 2-step drop. It's 1-2 throw, so nobody can hit him. They're about out of quarterbacks getting them hit so much, so they're going to they call it a 3-step. I say it's 2 steps and throw. Watch his feet. 1, 2, throw. And that'll stop the good pressure. Warren Sapp was already coming in there. In fact, he'd already beat Doug Wydell on a 2-step, so that's how they can save the quarterback.
Good looking motion.
Really, a guy hasn't played much. It's going to be fun to watch him.
We're down in 1 from the 21. And it's a first down run by Marshall Faulk, who is coming off a career-low yard game of 11 yards last week in San Diego, but he carves out a first down, and the Colts are on the move early in the second quarter.
And he carved it out against a jammed-up defense. They had normal formation this time with 2 backs in there, and Lynch came flying out of that secondary. Lynch came flying up to put a good hit on Marshall Faulk.
First round pick, 4 years out of San Diego State. First down and 10. Crockett gets the call, keeping his balance inside the 5-yard line to the 4. John Lynch made the stop, and a flag thrown on the play. There was movement on the line. Now it was the referee's view to see if the Buccaneers were induced.
I watched the reverse pivot by the rookie quarterback all the way out for a simple dive. A simple dive cannot be any simpler, but a good cut block by that rookie left tackle, Adam Meadows. Wow, he's in the secondary.
Inadvertent flag. There is no call. There is no penalty, so it's first and goal from the 4-yard line. Crockett shuffles. Falk gets the call. Marshall Faulk into the end zone. Touchdown. The Colts have the lead.
Nice blocking by Zach Crockett. He picked up the outside force man, and first time Falk's able to run on through there.
Extra point by Terry Blanchard on the Gardocki hold. And a new score from Indianapolis. A young quarterback marching into the defense of the Buccaneers. Falk from 4 yards away. And it's Indianapolis by 3. The winless Indianapolis Colts lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 10-7. A 4-yard touchdown run by Marshall Faulk, set up on a 23-yard pass completion to Sean Dawkins. That's the 3rd rushing touchdown this year for the Colts. Gardocki's ensuing kickoff. And picked up by Anthony 2 yards deep, and the rookie from Florida will take it out. He finds a seam, and there he goes. Gardocki in pursuit, and he trips him up. The kicker trips up the return man, Riedel Anthony. And Gardocki slow to get up, but a great return on the play for Anthony, who got it 2 yards deep and returns it 51 yards.
And a great tackle by Gardocki, because this is a touchdown without the kicker being the safety. Here's the kicker. He's the safety. Stop anything. Don't allow a home run. Now he's in position. And watch Gardocki swat his feet. And he swatted 1 foot into the other. It's exactly how you teach to bring a guy down from behind.
And the Buccaneers have never had in the history of their franchise a kickoff returned for a touchdown. But we almost saw it right there. On 1st and 10, Dilfer goes right to work. Being chased by McCoy. He throws a pass incomplete downfield and looking for wide receiver Carl Williams. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, Tampa Bay is doing something they haven't been doing the last 2 weeks. 1st and 10 pass, but they're not having any success doing it.
Why the change?
Well, I think they thought what we did. They're being so conservative in the early quarters, they had to open it up, and they're trying to open it up, but they're finding absolutely nobody open in the secondary. Perfect balance right now. 3 runs and 3 passes on 1st and 10.
Second down and 10 from the 49 of Tampa Bay. A long cadence by Dilfer, resulting in a handoff to Allstott. Got a block and curls his way back to the middle of the field. He's down to the 43-yard line. Nice hole opened up by Jason Odom. It's a gain of about 7.5. That'll set up 3rd down.
Well, there was body lean, and as Allstott watching him on that play, he was looking for contact, Kevin, and nobody hit him for about 8 yards, and he kept waiting for some contact.
Third down and 3, 10-7. The Colts on top early in the second quarter. Good time for Dilfer. Throws, but short of the first down. It's caught by rookie Patrick Haight. Just his 3rd reception of the year. Dilfer is short. It'll bring up 4th down and about 2.5, and they're going to go for the punt.
And a good coverage by Elijah Alexander in the middle. Outside linebacker had to be moved to the inside, and he had the coverage. He had the tight end shut out.
So the Buccaneers can't exploit the 51-yard kickoff return by Anthony. Stabline hopes for the same kind of return for the Colts as he awaits the kick from Sean Landeta. Second consecutive 3-and-out for the 5-3 Buccaneers. High. It'll be inside the 10 and down near the 5-yard line. A great play by the special teams. Rob Thomas, a journeyman wide receiver, lassos the 40-yard punt, and the Colts are at their backs against the wall. Tonight on Fox. With Jerry Glanville, Kevin Harlan from the 5. Young Kelly Holcomb with the 1st and 10. It's a handoff to Zach Crockett. 3rd-round pick in 95 out of Florida State. Picks up 4 yards, setting up 2nd down and 6. Right now, a McDonald's game break. Back to Hollywood and Joe Buck.
Evan, they're trading the lead down in Atlanta after falling behind the Falcons 7-3. The Rams move 85 yards on 4 plays, capped in the 16-yard touchdown run by Lawrence Phillips. The Rams lead by 3 in the second quarter. Back to Indianapolis, Kevin Harlan and Jerry Glanville.
Thank you, Joe. 2nd down, 7 here with the Colts on top, 10-7. Holcomb. Pocket crumbles, throws away. Pass caught by tight end Ken Dilger. 2nd-round pick out of Illinois. 8th reception of the season. He picks up 5, and there you see the starter, Paul Justin, knocked out with a shoulder, a wrist, a leg, and about everything else you can think of.
And Holcomb, he was standing in his end zone. I think he's so young he didn't realize he was in the end zone with Tampa Bay people all around him. Threw another good pass.
Never played in a regular season game until today. Cut, signed, cut, signed, cut, signed. 4 times by Tampa Bay. 3rd and 1 handoff to Zach Crockett, and he muscles his way close to a 1st down near the 15-yard line. They began this back at the 5, so they're trying to dig out of a hole and get some breathing space for second-year head coach Lindy Infante.
Well, visiting with Lindy, he has a great attitude about just go to work and try to dig your way out. Don't surrender. He said, all I can do is work as hard as I can do every day, and that's what I'm doing.
Fired up in Green Bay, took a couple years off, went down, built his own house down in Jacksonville, Florida, got his golf handicap from about a 15 to an 8. Came back here for Ted Marchibroda, offensive coordinator for him. Took over last year as the head coach, and he's in his 2nd year now.
Well, you know you're not coaching if you got a handicap of 8. You got too much time on your hands.
They get it by the length of a football. That guy was missing some fingers there for a second.
Well, the fingers popped out after the 1st down signal.
Thank goodness. Tony Dungy, longtime defensive coordinator at Kansas City and Minnesota, Pittsburgh Steelers under Chuck Noll. He's had a variety of head coaches that he has learned under, watched coach, now in his 2nd year, and has turned down the program around in Tampa.
Said he learned the most from Chuck Noll. Of all the people he worked for, Chuck Noll was the best teacher that he was around.
1st and 10 handoff goes to Marshall Falk, who picks up 3. It'll set up 2nd down and 7. First 2 years in the NFL, Falk, 1,000 yards both years. But last year, 500 yards in 13 starts. Jerry, he has not had a 100-yard game at all this season.
I think it's more the formation, more the offensive philosophy than it is Marshall. The fact they want to throw the ball, the fact he's going out in motion right now, out of the running game.
Second down, 7, and Holcomb has to eat the football at the 11-yard line. Losing 7 on the play, Warren Sapp makes the sack. The third consecutive game he has brought down an opposing quarterback. Now 7 sacks on the season. Third year out of Miami.
And their head coach, Tony Dungy, said he's the man that makes it all happen. Even when the other linemen get a sack, Sapp's the guy back there stirring the mess up.
So a loss on the sack, 3rd and 14. And Holcomb from the shotgun formation with pretty good time, throws the pass, and it's caught at the 22-yard line, but shy of a first down. They needed to get to the 25. Picking up 11 yards is reserve running back Lamont Warren. So the Colts can't convert, and they've got to punt the ball.
But Kelly did a good job standing in there. Again, good pressure always from this Tampa Bay defense. And Kelly, the young quarterback who's never played, stood right in there. I watched his feet. His feet never moved. And let that ball come out of there.
Well, you got time. You got time.
Radake hopes he has time. Pro Bowler from a year ago, punting to Carl Williams back at about the 35-yard line. Gardaki sends up a rocket, picked up by Williams at the 28-yard line, and there he goes. Carl Williams, a surprise a year ago, has got one to beat. That's Lamont Warren angling in and makes the touchdown-saving tackle at the 10.
Well, that's a shock because it was as good a punt as you could ever see. Excellent punt, excellent hang time, but he got by the first one on his own. Good job of not clipping. The coverage just wasn't down there.
And it's been these kinds of returns on the Buccaneers over the last couple years. A 63-yard return here by Carl Williams that has hurt the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Green Bay returned to punt 46 yards. Detroit returned to punt 40 yards. Vikings last week returned one 57 yards. Now the Buccaneers lashing back themselves. So they get the huge return, setting up first and goal inside the 10. Mike Allstock goes into the pile and picks up a couple near the 7.
Not the big push up front that they had going the other way. Go back to when Tampa Bay was heading the other way. We said they had such a big push in the line. Wasn't much push that time. So you got to admire the Colts defense. Even though they got behind the game, then they came back and got ahead. Now they get a big punt return on them. They're still mustering up a good fight.
Jim Johnson, who's the defensive coordinator, trying to watch his troop work on quarterback Trent Dilfer. Second down and goal from the 7. Allstock by himself in the backfield. Tight end Haith is in motion. Dilfer running out of the pocket. The blitz was on. Dilfer inside the 5 and near the 2-yard line as he is run out of bounds and chased by linebacker Bert Berry. He gained 5 yards.
He showed excellent speed here because they were after him. They were chasing him. Watch him get away. He's going to have pressure from behind that he feels. He's being chased by a defensive safety, Jason Belcher. That's a defensive back trying to catch him. Most quarterbacks can't get away from a defensive back.
They were coming with the blitz.
Comes from behind. He feels Belcher coming. Excellent athletic play by Trent Dilfer. Split backfield. That's a pass.
John and Allstock. Third and goal from the 2. You're right, Jerry. To the end zone. Dilfer. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Dave Moore with a 2-yard touchdown reception. And the Buccaneers reclaim the lead halfway through the second quarter. And Jim Johnson's defense can't hold out Dungy and the Buccaneers.
Well, that was too easy. The split backfield, as you heard me holler, that told everybody it's a throw. How do you let the tight end just go down and turn inside when everybody's telling you it's a pass, it's a pass? This formation tells you it's a pass, and this tight end just does a hook. That's a bust. Somebody totally busted the defense. Everybody's looking around, and Steve Morrison, the young outside linebacker, I don't know if it was his, but they should have had a man-to-man on a tight end in that formation.
Every extra point is a battle for Houston, who puts it up and converts. So a 63-yard punt return by Carl Williams sets up a 2-yard touchdown pass, and the Buccaneers back on top. Tight end Jackie Harris brings in his second touchdown reception of the season, set up on a 63-yard punt return by Carl Williams, and it's 14-10 Tampa Bay against the winless Colts. Kickoff, Houston. Aaron Bailey will leave it in the end zone. And for Houston, he has now had touchbacks in 9 of his last 10 kickoffs. In Indianapolis with Jerry Glanville, Kevin Harlan, Kelly Holcomb. Taking the place of the injured Paul Justin, who is taking the place of the injured Jim Harbaugh. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Holcomb right to work, goes to his running back, Zach Crockett, breaks a tackle. He's out near the 30-yard line. Close to a first down before Rufus Porter makes the stop on Zach Crockett. There's Porter. Makes the stop. 7 years in Seattle, 2 in New Orleans. First year with the Buccaneer defense. 2-time Pro Bowler.
What you see is the athletic ability of Zach Crockett. You said in the open, where's the team that went to the championship game 2 years ago? These are the players that could make the plays, and they still have that athletic ability to keep making those plays.
Second down and a yard. Marshall Falk sent up the middle, gets the first down as he takes it up to the 32-yard line and picks up 3 yards as Hardy Nickerson, former Pittsburgh Steeler, makes the stop.
And a good crowd. The crowd cheering for the first team making the first down. Still putting up a fight here. I'm impressed that the Colts got behind and came back and then got ahead. I thought with the way their spirits were when we talked to them in the locker room, I thought they got behind. They'd have a hard time keeping playing. But full credit to them, they're still playing hard.
First down from the 32-yard line, play action inside Holcomb, moving up in the pocket, deflected pass and incomplete as he was going down the middle, had the presence to move in. He had hit his last 5 until that pass right there.
Had good pressure on him, but I like the way the young offensive line tries to protect this quarterback. There's pressure, and then they gobble the pressure up. Oh, actually, good job there by Marshall Falk picking him off also.
Marcus Jones, the nose tackle, 78, leaping high and almost had it.
Throwing everything at this young quarterback, dropping the defensive tackle all the way back in the secondary.
Second down and 10. Good time. High and incomplete. Ricochets off the fingertips of receiver Marvin Harrison. It'll be 3rd and 10.
And the offensive line for the Colts has, caught a lot of grief because the quarterback's been getting hit, but excellent protection again here against Sapp. That's Doug Weidel. Gets a little bit of help, of course, from Jay Lewinberg. Jay Lewinberg is what I call the best helper center in the National Football League. If he doesn't have anybody, he'll come over and whack somebody that's working over your guard or tackle.
Colts have to get out beyond their 42. 3rd down and 10.
Holcomb
from the shotgun, faces the blitz, runs outside, gets away from Sapp, and throws downfield to Dawkins, who drops the ball as Holcomb threw into double coverage.
Now, I want to tell you, that's a touch pass. All kinds of things were happening to Kelly, and Kelly knew he couldn't drill it, that the coverage was tight. He had to lob it, and he changes his whole delivery. First of all, he gets out of trouble, all-out blitz on him. They got everybody covered. He's in the scramble. Now, this is an excellent touch throw. This is the only chance he had of throwing this air ball. He's trying to drop this down the well, and he puts the ball right there. That's a great job by the young quarterback, Kelly Holcomb.
Gardocki to punt. Second consecutive punt. Carl Williams deep back. Returned the last punt. 63 yards. Gardocki sends it way up in the rafters. Carl Williams from the 15-yard line. Runs outside and is tripped up out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Chris Hetherington, his second tackle on special teams today. That's a punt of 53 yards with the return of 15 for Carl Williams.
I don't know if I've ever seen better punts. Have you, Kevin? Than Gardocki's doing?
Perfect situation inside a dome. No wind, no elements to contend with. Well, our Athletic Trivia question today. Warwick Dunn is on pace to set a Buccaneer rookie record for total yards from scrimmage. Who owns the current record? I'm going to let you chew on that, Mr. Glanville.
I think I know. I think he's in the building.
From the 30-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go, Mike Allstott. He played at Purdue in nearby Lafayette, Indiana. Gets 3 yards on first down.
Got 25 after they touched him. Play was dead, of course.
Wanderahi, special teams player for the Colts, who has done a nice job, and a rookie they like a great deal from Arizona State. Second down and 7. 2 tight ends in for the Buccaneers, who are trying to stop a 3-game losing streak today. Allstott again. Jason Belzer came up from the safety and limits Allstott to a gain of 2.
This formation that they're running is a bootleg formation. They have not come with a bootleg. They're running the 2 tights, 2 wides, and 1 back, and they're pounding Allstott in there. But I want you to catalog, I want you to write down next to your couch, that's a bootleg formation, and sooner or later we're going to see a big bootleg out of that set.
Before you go.
Third down and 5.
4 wides, Kevin.
Short drop back, Dilfer throws, broken up beautifully by Dedrick Mathis, and a flag thrown across the way at the 45. It was intended for Horace Copeland.
Well, Dedrick Mathis had a full press bump and run. I don't know if they threw the flag.
Pass interference against the defense, number 23. Automatic.
It looked from up here that he had the full bump before the 5 yards. Let's take a look and see. Here he is. Let's see if he backs up past the 5 yards. All right, that's legal.
But then he held him on the shoulder.
But what did they call? Illegal bump, or did they call pass interference? He stretched the jersey. If it's illegal bump, they're wrong. Because the bump was in the 5 yards. Now, he did. Once you stretch the jersey, you're holding on. Mathis can't believe anything was called.
Second-year player, second-round draft choice from Houston a season ago. Buccaneers again will go with 2 tight ends. Tony Dungy told us before the game they want to run the ball as much as they can. They lead it 14-10. First and 10 handoff. Allstott again. Up the middle. It takes 3 Colts to bring him down after a gain of 9 up to the 49-yard line. Robert Blackman finally drove him down.
I want you to be the linebacker and tackle this guy, Kevin. Here we are. This is the end zone. This is you sitting in your living room. You go make the tackle. This is you. Come on up there. Come on. We're not getting enough help out of the living room. It takes everybody to get this guy down.
You need the couch.
Get off the couch and make the tackle.
Second down and 1 from the 49. Allstott again. And he moves and shoves his way for a first down to the Colt 45. It's a gain of 6, and Al Fontenot finally slowed him down. Allstott, who last week against the Vikings, Jerry, 6 carries, 8 yards, is now a story in this game today.
And it's the formation. It's the 2. I want to show you. Tight end. Now there's a wide out here and a wide out here. This is, remind you, a power running bootleg formation. So we're going to see a bootleg out of this thing.
2 tight ends again. Allstott by himself. Allstott again gets the carry. Allstott inside the 40 and a gain of almost 10. Robert Blackman brings him down. It'll be second down and a half yard.
Well, I asked Robert Blackman, I said, how about you 2 safeties, you and Belzer making the tackles? He said, we hate to make the tackles when the guy's clean on us. And guess what? He was just clean on Blackman.
2-minute warning. 5 consecutive times for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and each and every time he is feeling the hits from the Colts defense.
Robert Blackman putting a hit on him.
When you're a jackhammer,
wow,
it doesn't matter.
Let the big man play. That's what Dungy's saying right now. They've thrown out the Frisbee ball. Sooner or later, let the big men play, letting his offensive line play, and letting the big back run.
Second and inches. 2-minute warning. 6th consecutive carry. Allstott. And he'll be close to the first down. In fact, if the spot is true right now, he's got it inside the 35 of the Colts. Burt Berry, a rookie from Notre Dame, makes the stop, number 57.
And he made a little cut there. Even though he's a big guy that runs over people, he is a cutter. And he made a good cut there. That was a 33 cut. 33 means I run over this guard, but then jump it over. So it's 33. Right now it's 33, and now it's cut. 33 cut. There it is.
So he's got that option.
That's his option. They'll say in the hole, 33 cut, which means we got a tight end back behind here. You can bring it away from the hole. If there's no tight end over there, Kevin, they'll just say 33. Once there's a tight end, they give you a cut, and you come on back.
Well, let's cut to our Aflac trivia question. Warwick Dunn is on pace to set a Buccaneer rookie record for total yards from scrimmage. Who owns the current record? Eric Redd, 1,130 yards total, 1994. Redd was the guy, led the team in rushing his first 3 years. And there he is, now relegated to special teams. He's only carried 8 times this season.
Wow, he's the man that has disappeared in the National Football League.
First and 10 pass, Dilfer, the tight end, wide open. Dave Moore inside the 10 and all the way to the Colts 7-yard line. Belzer brings him down after a pickup of 27 yards.
And here's the guy that's not the normal starter. Watch the tight end. It's a drop back. Oh, he did good. They were combo. He just beat the combo coverage with a little fake and go. Elijah Alexander got hooked on that one.
Timeout. Backfield. This has been a drive offered by Allstott, but he stood up and taken down at the 5-yard line. Elijah Alexander, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, makes the stop, assisted by Jason Belzer. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Elijah, it was either in a blitz or that was an awful quick read because he came across the line as the middle linebacker. He was across the line of scrimmage. Watch him right here. Good job of getting around Mayberry, the center. He actually played the wrong.
Throwing his helmet, both penalties will be enforced. This Dishman is going to cover.
Buccaneers have all 3 timeouts. The Colts can't stop it. 40 seconds and ticking, winding down the second quarter right now. Now Dilfer will burn his first timeout of the game. With 38 seconds left in the
games you're supposed to win.
3rd and goal from the 6 on the 10th play of the drive. Dilfer low and caught for a touchdown. Horace make it Carl Williams. His second of the year, a 6-yard strike from Dilfer, and the Buccaneers lead it 20-10.
And Kevin, it was a low strike. The ball was thrown down on the ground below the knees, and Carl Williams went down and got it. I've seen Dilfer throw a lot better passes than that. He should go over and pat Carl Williams on the butt because Carl went down in the ground and dug it up.
Williams has had a good day. A punt return of 63 yards, a 6-yard touchdown catch right there. Michael Husted will try the extra point. And he puts it up and in on the Steve Walsh hold.
Nice play by Carl. Watch Carl go down for the low throw. It's one-on-one. It's not press. You're in a little bit of trouble here. I don't like at all how Mathis is playing. You can't play off 9 yards when the ball's crossing your end zone. Dilfer couldn't have got him with a fly swatter. He's off so far. That's a joke. I mean, Mathis. Terrible coverage by Mathis, but an excellent job of catching the low ball by Carl Williams.
So Dilfer in the offense took over at their own 30 with about 5 minutes left, 10 plays, and a 6-yard touchdown pass to Carl Williams. And so it's 21-10 Tampa Bay on top and 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Here from Indianapolis.
What gets me on that, Kevin, that was 3rd down, and the corner's off 7-8 yards and stays all the way off, and they're running in the end zone to catch a touchdown. When it's 3rd down, you know it's pass, and that you can't, once they cross your goal line, as a defensive back, you got to play underneath the receiver. Didn't see any of that.
Buccaneers scored 6 points last week, 9 points the week before against Detroit, 16 against Green Bay. And with that kind of return yardage, they've been able to set up 21 points. They're off and running here in the first half. Michael Houston will kick it off. He has had a touchback in every game this year, and he continues that way with his second today. Aaron Bailey will leave it in the end zone. 35 seconds to play. As you see the Dockers khaki halftime, they're getting ready in Hollywood. They're also getting ready in San Francisco, where our pregame show came from today, and they'll cover the Cowboys and the 49ers later this afternoon. That should be a great game. Niners a couple of years ago. From the shotgun, Holcomb. First and 10 throw, caught by Brian Stabline, the rookie of the second-year wide receiver out of Ohio State, is out to the 29-yard line, picking up 9. Colts have no timeouts.
Well, that route's open, but you still got to like Kelly's arm motion in his throw. Throws a good ball.
Second down, inches, throws it out of the backfield, caught by Lamont Warren as he weaves through traffic and takes it out to the 44. Again, they can't stop the clock.
You don't
He's
have
out of timeouts.
He's asking for a timeout, and that's a rookie. They didn't have any timeouts. Should have thrown the ball on the ground. He should have had a spike play right there.
So he picks up 15 yards on that last pass completion to Warren, but that will bring us to halftime as Trent Dilfer and his counterpart, Paul Justin, dislocated finger on his left hand. He's out for the day, as you can obviously see. Hyperextended a knee on the first play of the game. Tony Dungy, Jerry Glanville needed a big first half. He needs a win in the worst way for his playoff hopeful Buccaneers.
But when you have a team that has no success for the whole year, like the Colts, you tell yourself, get that team down as quick as you can. Get them down, and they won't fight back.
Buccaneers on top, 21-10.
I thought the Colts did a great job all year of fighting and playing hard till last game. Last week against San Diego was the first time I've seen them out-hustled and out-hit. And I think that can happen this time of year if you're still looking for a win.
And no Jim Harbaugh. He is out. The kickoff by Husted in the end zone, brought out by Aaron Bailey. 2 yards. He fumbles the ball, and it's loose and recovered at the 12-yard line. It looked as though the Colts jumped on it. And that is the signal. There is a player down at the 23-yard line.
Well, Kevin, he fumbled without contact. The ball came out without even being hit.
This is Aaron Bailey, number 80.
He tripped and fell and was trying to cut back, and the ball came out of his arm without anybody ever laying a glove on him.
And Bailey got his own fumble. Rookie Van der Ahi is being helped off the field. He was the special teams player who was down for the Indianapolis Colts. And through 30 minutes of football, here are our first half numbers from Indy.
And I think the stat, if you're a Tampa Bay fan, is the return yards. The punt return set up the touchdown. Only 47 yards for Tampa Bay and 59 rushing, which is about normal for the Colts on that side.
20 yards better, too, on where they have started. So it's first down and 10 yards to go. Kelly Holcomb, the former Buccaneer quarterback, with the pitch out. Marshall falls. In the open field, he was tackled by Anthony Parker, a former Viking and Kansas City Chief, with Tony Dungy, and he picks up 5 on the play. It'll be second down and 5.
And they got a little running room there with a good crackback by the split end. Came down and got Rufus Porter.
Second down and a long 4, just 45 seconds into our third quarter. Holcomb with the draw play. Zach Crockett rumbling upfield and takes it to the 37-yard line before Anthony Parker makes the stop. That was a rumble of 14, make it 19 yards and a first down.
And John Lynch got hurt on the play. He came up, tried to make the tackle. He's walking off the field. He's weaving. Watch the safety come in from the left hand of your screen right here. He gets hurt right there. Nice run by Crockett.
Out of Florida State, third-round pick in 1995. John Lynch is out. Tony Bowie is in. Crockett went head first and straight down. No gain on the play. Second down and 10. Brad Culpepper makes the touch on the defensive line.
The only thing I can think with Lynch is maybe he put his hand or his arm out there, and somebody they're looking at his right arm, wrist, maybe trying to pull on the arm to get a stinger out of the neck. There he is rolling the neck, and he lit up a stinger sure enough. Holding on to his head. He's got one of those migraines.
Second down and 11. Falk in motion out of the backfield. A good block. That sets up Holcomb's pass, which is caught by Sean Dawkins. It is a first down. He's into Buccaneer territory at the 47-yard line, picking up 13.
Well, this is Lindy. When Lindy sends a back in motion past a wide receiver, here's the wide. When he goes past the wide receiver, he makes the linebacker then cover a wide receiver. This is classic Lindy, and it's like stealing. It's like cutting cake.
Gotta make sure that knife is sharp when you're cutting the cake. And you take a look at Lindy and Funny. Holcomb's looked pretty good since coming in for the injured Paul Justin, 8 of 12 and 89 yards. On 1st and 10 here, a little swing pass caught by Marshall Faulk, and he has no place to run. Loses a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11. Hardy Nickerson was there, along with Rufus Porter, 59.
It's called a funnel. When they throw a screen on you, Tampa Bay, one guy will take the outside cuts and one has to take the inside cuts, and you don't overrun it. When they flare the back, the defense has to play. This is called a funnel. He has to stay there, and he's got to stay there. One in, look at him. That's the funnel, inside, outside.
One guy funnels this way, one guy funnels that way.
One guy is only assigned the inside cuts, and the other guy the outside cuts. Played to perfection.
2nd down, 11. There goes a flag. Lynch is backing for the Buccaneers. A little screen pass. Caught. Zach Crockett. He's wet. Ball is loose. Picked up by Marvin Harrison. He's inside the 25. But a flag thrown back at the 50. We had a little bit of everything on that play. And as the play stands right now, it's a gain of 16 yards.
Well, I think the Buccaneers were in a blitz. I think they jumped offside. So you can turn this penalty down.
May have been Reagan Upshaw on the defensive line. I read his lips. He said 91. It was Upshaw, and it's a first down. Upshaw last week missed the game because of the flu.
A little bit too early for Reagan.
Holcomb was good to keep going with the play. First down and 10 yards to go from the 23-yard line of Tampa Bay. Conventional 4-man rush. Handoff goes to Crockett. And he bowling balls his way for 4 inside the 20.
Well, they're back to doing what they did the first half. They're going to 4 wide receivers, and Tampa only has 5 people in the box. They cannot stop the run with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. These 4 wideouts have it all spread out. Guess what? You can't stop the run till you go 6 in there. They only had 5, and here come the Colts.
To stack the line, much like opposing defenses do against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, what Tampa has to do, they got to say we're going to put 6 in there and make you throw. And right now they got 5 in there saying we're going to let you run.
2nd down and 6. Falk was in motion. Holcomb zeroes in on Falk. He'll go to Falk in the end zone. It's overthrown and incomplete. Holcomb was hit hard. John Lynch was covering the running back in motion out of the backfield.
Good job by the quarterback. Threw that one away. Kelly, young guy, no experience. Can't figure out how many timeouts he's got, but he knows here he's got to throw this thing away. Getting a little bit of pressure. Hello.
Signed.
Hanatu.
Holcomb signed and waived by Tampa Bay 4 times. Played in the World League. Never played in a regular season game until today. They're down in 6. On the shotgun, Holcomb. Harrison in motion to the bottom of your screen. Handoff. Out of the shotgun, it's Falk getting a lead block from Doug Wydell. And he'll be shy of the first down as he picks up a meager yard. So it's 4th down, and they're going to try for 3. So the Buccaneer defense keeps them out of the end zone.
Don't try to run wide on Tampa Bay. They're too fast. Watch the run force. Watch Chidi Hanatu. Watch these people run. Why would you run to the boundary? They're going to beat you there with big people. What a great job. Anthony Parker, Chidi Hanatu, these people can run. You got to run right at them. You can't run sideways against the Tampa Bay speed.
Great under 40 yards. Kerry Blanchard will try a 36-yarder. He's already knocked one through from 43 today. And with the hold from Chris Gardocki, the kick is good, and the Colts add 3 more on. So a 19-yard run by Crockett, a 13-yard pass to Dawkins, and a 36-yard field goal. It's Indianapolis with Jerry Glanville. This is Kevin Harlan. Chris Gardocki sets the kickoff to Riedel Anthony. And Anthony from the 3-yard line for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. will take it up to the 22-yard line before he is brought down by Sammy Burroughs, reserve linebacker. Bucks get it, leading 21-13. The Buccaneers hope to swarm all over that Colt defense on their own 23, riding a 3-game losing streak. Buccaneers have it, first down and 10 yards to go. And the handoff goes to Warwick Dunn. He's been shut down pretty effectively today. He only gained 39 yards last week against the Vikings. Brought down in the middle by Alexander. Today Dunn, 6 carries and a meager 12 yards for Tampa Bay.
And Alexander's an outside linebacker, moved the middle, but he's playing behind a guy, Tony McCoy. And Tony McCoy, look at Tony stay in there and fight. He just buckled George Diaz and just buckled everybody and helped that middle linebacker look like a real good football player. Tony McCoy, always count on him.
4-year starter on that defensive line. Second down and 10. Blitz was on. Allstock got by the group. The flag is thrown as he crunches his way upfield and picks up 17 yards up to the 40-yard line.
Well, right now, Jason Belser, he's wondering what hit him. That's like bringing down a human tractor.
It's against Tampa Bay.
I like Jason Belser. We interviewed him. He's as tough a safety as there is playing. But he's wondering right now, how come this guy's getting on me free and clean? Safeties have to have somebody brush him up. That's tackling a full-grown tractor right there. Look at that, man.
Buccaneers, along with the Redskins, the 2 least penalized teams in the National Football League. That flag, that yellow, goes up against the Bucks and Coach Tony Dungy.
What a huge play it was, Kevin. Had the first down.
So with the penalty now, it moves it back to the 18-yard line, setting up second down and 15 for Trent Dilfer, who has thrown 2 touchdown passes today. Allstock has thrown in for another. Flips it off. Caught by Dunn. Head on head with Jason Belzer. And he picks up a gain of 14 on the play, setting up 3rd and 1. Right now, McDonald's game break. Back to Hollywood, and here's our Joe Buck.
Jamal Anderson has 95 yards today. This is one of them, a touchdown run. 4 lead changes in this game. That tied the game at 24. Started the second half. The battle for 3rd place in the NFC West. Can you feel the excitement in Indianapolis, Kevin and Jerry?
You got it, mister.
Here's the play right here. This is a big play. 3rd down. They came with 4 wide receivers.
That completion to Dunn, the first catch by a running back today. 3rd and 1. Flag is thrown. Pass is caught. They stop it in mid-motion.
The false start on the offense. Number 70. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Nice job there by Trent Dilfer. Just picked it up and threw it. They had 7 people in the box versus that 4 wides. Made him throw the football.
4 penalties on Tampa Bay, and 3 of the 4 have come against the Buccaneer offense. Jets on top of Baltimore. You saw the Redskins shutting out Chicago up at Soldier Field. It's 3rd down and 6. Dilfer will burn a timeout. Play clock was down to 2. So timeout for Dilfer halfway through the 3rd. Here's Buccaneers leading 21-13. Or converting 3, and you can see, Jerry, the highest rated NFC quarterback on 3rd down.
Well, he's got 3rd and long. He likes that 3-yard 3rd down where he's a little bit longer on this one.
He's got to get to the 34. Good time for Dilfer. Moves up on the run. Needs to get to the 34. He's hit and brought down on the play by Steve Morrison. It's a gain of 3 and well shy of a first down. And so the Buccaneers have got a punt.
Well, what the Colts did, they seldom do. There's 3-man rush. So with a 3-man rush, they have 8 people back in the coverage. This allows the corner to jump underneath because he's got safety held deep. so they went with what's called a man, 22-man underneath with a 3-man rush. No place for Dill for the throw. Nice job. Nice changeup by the Colts defense.
Sean Landeta. Stabline, fair catch. Makes it at the 38. There was an inadvertent bump. There is no penalty flag. A 39-yard punt by Landeta. Gooch was the one to brush against him. And the Colts will get it back, trailing 21-13. Kevin Harlan, Jerry Glanville. There's the hand of Justin, the quarterback. Paul heard it. A dislocated finger, wrapping it with that tape. Ice is inside to keep the swelling down. So former Buccaneer quarterback Kelly Holcomb is back there on 1st and 10, going deep, and he hits his tight end, Ken Dilger, at the Buccaneer 35. A gain of 26.
Well, there's a tight end that when he was a rookie I thought was going to be a future star, and this year he's been invisible. He's going right down through the seam. The free safety or the strong safety, I can see they had the linebacker on him man-to-man. Could not do it with play fake. Hardy Nickerson can't take a play fake, and the tight end down the middle.
How about Holcomb?
Excellent. And right now, if you're coaching for the Colts, you got to say, if we score, do we go for 2?
1st and 10 from the 36 of the Buccaneers. Great time. Sets up the screen. Dilger, second consecutive catch. He gained 6, leaning to the 30-yard line. Brought down by linebacker Rufus Porter.
Rufus Porter did a good job of seeing the tight end come out on a delay that time. Rather than release down through the seam. Watch his release on this one. He fakes the block, sticks the linebacker, and then comes underneath the tackle. By the way, the tackle was illegal. The line can't get downfield before the ball is thrown, but it worked.
2nd down and 4 outside the 30 of the Buccaneers, who lead at 21-13. Blitz is on. Polk gets by one way. Gets by another way. And digs and churns his way to the 27. Reagan Upshaw got him around the legs. It'll set up 3rd and 1.
Classic strong safety blitz. Watch John Lynch. He's going to come underneath the blocker. He's going to walk up, but when he gets here, he comes underneath, leaving his inside arm free, not his outside arm. This is how you carry out the blitz. Get underneath the blockers. There it is. Make him cut and juke. Everybody else has to run him down. Steve White getting in on that play.
Former quarterback at Stanford. Former Major League Baseball prospect with the Marlins.
He's the missile. He's the best hitting safety playing in today's football.
3rd, a long one. Looks like Falk was stood up and brought back and shy of the 1st down. They did not give it to him. He had to get to the 26. He was lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
They're not going to go kick it. Now they're bringing the kicking team back to the sideline.
What would you do?
4th down. You're 0 forever. You might as well go try to get the 1st down, and while you get the 1st down, you got to have a plan how to get a 2-point play in there.
Lindy's going to think about it and calls the timeout. Facing 4th and 1, he's trailing 21-13. His team is winless, 0 for 8. Lindy and Fonny is going 3 quarterbacks deep. Like everything against you. 4th and 1. Falk around the block of Crockett, dives and should have the 1st down inside the 26. Derek Brooks came up from the middle, and if the spot of the referee is any indication, it looks like they've got the necessary yards for the 1st down.
And offensively, they ran the ball like it was on the goal line. He went airborne. Just tried to jump in there and get the 1st down. You can see Tony.
You know, Tony is used to these close calls. Last week, Charles Evans of the Minnesota Vikings on a very questionable dive up the middle, which proved to be the go-ahead touchdown and the winning touchdown in the game against Minnesota last week. Didn't appear to have been in. Some people said yes, some people said no. So he's used to these close calls.
There's your friend that lost his fingers only when they measure the ball. Watch his fingers pop. Oh, 1st down. Pop your fingers out. Yeah, there they are. And that's a goal line run. Just jump to get the 1st down. Crockett, lead blocker. Marshall airborne. Here's the 4 wides.
Including Falk out of range in the bottom of your screen. Blitz is on. Handoff. Crockett. Big hole for 250-pound Zach Crockett. to the 17. A gain of 9. Hardy Nickerson brings him down.
Well, Tampa Bay tried to blitz that formation, but they did not fill up the inside gaps when they blitzed. And Crockett have a sensational day. Prior to that run, he was averaging 6 yards a carry, Kevin. 10 for 60 before that one.
6'2" from Pompano Beach, Florida. Second down, a short 2. Quick handoff. Crockett again. Working his way up the middle and down to the 15-yard line. That should be a first down. It is for the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, Tampa Bay brought everybody up on the line of scrimmage to try to stop that. They got 9 people on the line of scrimmage right now.
Last week, it was a defensive struggle with the Minnesota Vikings. Today, they're in a shootout with the Colts.
And I think mainly because of the Colts' Zach Crockett. He's the one that's making the Colts fight this thing.
It is first down and 10. On the money is the pass caught by Sean Dawkins to the 6-yard line. He picks up 9. It'll be second down and 1. And Kelly Holcomb, who before today never played in a regular season game, has been on the money, taking the place of starter Paul Justin.
Easy throw, the slot back just on a quick out and roll. 1-2 throw. Watch how quick it comes out. Remember, motion past the wideout. The wideout's going to be the receiver.
It's second down and about a yard. Falk around the Crockett block. Outside, breaking 1 tackle. First down, Falk to the 1. First and goal to go. The Colts trailing 21-13, late third quarter. Sure, earlier in this drive, you were talking about a possible 2-point conversion should Infani's offense get in the end zone.
I think that's what you got to think that when you got inside the 30-yard line. If we score, you better have your 2-point play ready to go. This is first down.
3 tight ends, 10th play of the drive, first and goal. Falk with Crockett leading him down at the 1. At the line of scrimmage, and no gain, and Derek Brooks, the leading tackler, one of the NFL's top linebackers, the first half of the season, makes the stick.
And Brooks has had some injury, was not able to practice because of a pull in his quad, but when he's healthy and he's playing, him and Hardy Nickerson, I don't know where you can find 2 better players. And they blow that run up, which looked like it was going to be a touchdown. Back almost to the 2.
Marshall Falk was knocked woozy and is being helped off the field, and Lamont Warren out of Colorado has come in his place. Drive for the Colts began back at their 38. 11th play. Second down and goal. Behind the lead block of Crockett, Lamont Warren scores his first touchdown of the season.
And listen to this crowd, Kevin.
Finally, something to cheer about for an 0-8 crowd.
Going for 2.
And you like that call?
Got to go for 2 here. The reason you'd go for 2, the field goal will still win it for you if you get a chance. If you miss the 2-point, the field goal still puts you ahead.
Warren stays in the game. 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts. 2-point conversion try.
And he's audible. He's audible on the play.
Holcomb will go to the air. For the 2-point conversion, it's knocked away. A flag is thrown on the play and thrown on the quarterback, who is covering Anthony Parker on a pass intended for Sean Dawkins.
Well, let me tell you, this puts the ball half the distance, Kevin. When you go half the distance on it, now this becomes a running play for 2 points.
It is against Tampa Bay. So now they put the ball, Jerry, much closer on the 2-point try.
It's now a running play out of goal line offense. That's what happens.
On the defense, number 27. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. First down.
Falk is still out. Warren is in. Crockett, the lead blocker. The fake by Holcomb into the end zone for 2, and he got it. Tight end Marcus Pollard.
Gutsy call. Gutsy call. And you got to love Kelly. He went over the Tampa bench and shook his fist at him.
We are tied at 21. With Marshall Falk out, Lamont Warren came in and fouled the Crockett lead block on the touchdown.
Well, I got to say, I thought they would run the football. That's the touchdown run. On the 2-point after the penalty, I thought they would run the football, especially with a young quarterback. Took guts to do this, and you can't be any more wide open.
Shades of Lambeau Field in Green Bay.
What a happy youngster. Never thought he'd even be playing today.
The Buccaneers are set to get the ball back. They've had the ball only 3 plays this entire third quarter. And this game summary is brought to you by Bud Light here at the Dome in Indianapolis. Big day special team-wise for the Buccaneers. Dilfer a couple of touchdown passes. The starter, Justin, is out. The backup, Holcomb, waived, signed by Tampa Bay 4 times, is in there. Riedel Anthony from the 5-yard line to the open side of the field, and there he goes. There goes the flag. And Anthony is out near midfield. Monty Montgomery brought him down. 45-yard gain as it stands right now, but that flag went right into the blocking at the 15-yard line. And it's against the Buccaneers and wipes out a huge return.
You add up the yardage where the ball would be.
During the return, holding on the receiving team, number 87. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, the ball went from the 47-yard line all the way back to the 7-yard line. So that's really a 40-yard penalty.
Jerry Ellison, the guilty party, he was a member of the...
Call 87 right here, Kev.
All right.
Oh, I don't see it either. I saw him shoving him down.
First and 10 handoff. Mike Allstott into a pile and a gain of 1. The Colts have driven this crowd into full frenzy.
It's hard to believe they don't have a win.
They may let the clock wind down, and indeed they are. The Colts coming in winless at 0-8. The Buccaneers, beginning 5-0, have lost 3 in a row. And on Halloween weekend, ghosts are coming back to haunt the Buccaneers. And these Bucs spook easily. Buccaneers 21, Colts 21. Back to the Dome after this from your local Fox State quarter. With the Buccaneers facing second down and a long 8 on their own 7. Dilfer forced to the end zone, being chased by Fontenot, and throws a pass which is caught for a first down at the 20-yard line on the far side by tight end Dave Moore. Now, he was overruled. They changed the call. Incomplete pass. Elijah Alexander was the linebacker who was trailing the tight end more to the far side.
Well, he ends up with no backs in the backfield. Everybody's out of there. He's back there by himself in the end zone. Kind of dangerous. Gets chased and flushed. Makes a good throw. Right foot.
Good call.
Good call. Right foot out.
Good call. Was not pushed while in the air.
No.
And the right foot is out.
Right there. Dave Moore didn't get both feet in.
Attack from the defender. Third down.
The defender had nothing to do where he would have come down. If he was airborne and in play and then knocked while airborne out of bounds by the defensive back, it would have been ruled a catch.
Well, if the official feels he would come down inbounds without getting pushed, and the official says that's an inbound catch. Let's see if they go back to no help on the pass protection. He's got one back there now, Kevin.
It's third down and 9. A lot of noise inside the dome.
Blitz.
Dilfer throws, drops, incomplete. Even had Riedel Anthony lassoed that pass, he would have been shy of the first down. So the Colt defense picks up where their offense left off.
Well, Dilfer felt the blitz coming. Riedel Anthony on the outcut. Excellent coverage by Gray. Gray's driving the route. No chance. Here's where you got to have a big-time punt. Right now, if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, get off the couch, stand up. You got to have a major league punt.
Vendetta in the shadow of his own crossbar. Second consecutive 3-and-out for the Buccaneers. Stabline will return it from the 43 for Indianapolis. Nice coverage by the Buccaneers on a 49-yard punt by Sean Landeta. The flag is down back at the 7.
Illegal man downfield. And they're going to make him do it again.
49-yard punt wiped away.
An eligible member of the kicking team downfield before the kick, number 50. 5-yard penalty, fourth down.
Second consecutive special team penalty against the Buccaneers, which it cost them.
Cost him dearly. I'm still surprised that the Colts didn't take the ball. You're 20 yards away from going ahead. All you have to do is gain 20 yards, and you get field goal range.
Joe Marciano, the special teams coach.
Excellent special teams coach.
The Buccaneers with a season-high 7 penalties today. In a game they felt they had to win. Another try for Landeta, this not nearly as far. And then the line drive is picked up by Stabline. He's by midfield, so he gets a better return, and he's down into Tampa Bay territory. A 12-yard return. Leggett makes the stop. There's a Pee Wee game played here before our game today. Yeah. Little dance afterward, not bad.
They know how to do it.
There's the real Marshall Faulk, injured and out. Lamont Warren is taking his place with just seconds into the fourth quarter.
And not much dancing for him the entire season.
Nope. 11 unanswered points by the by the Indianapolis Colts.
Here's the 4 wideouts again where they try to run it up inside.
Best start today for the Colts at the 49 of the Buccaneers. Holcomb right to work on first down, dumps it off to Crockett. Zeroing in on a first down, picks up 9 to the 41.
Crockett circling out right in the middle where they had nobody on defense. And Kelly almost slipped and fell down.
Vikings on top. Packers will play tonight against Detroit. Carolina all over open. Second down and 2. Lamont Warren. John Lynch got him, but a first down nonetheless by Lamont Warren. And they'll move the chains. A first down for the Colts.
Well, John Lynch is the safety that comes up inside, plays like a linebacker. They ran a cutback. He made the block. He made the block for the cutback so they could cut the backside off. Watch that. But here comes the safety. That's filling an 8-man front so you don't go too far without full-speed contact.
Lynch became a full-time starter last year.
I got mad in the college draft. I was going to draft him. Of all people that got him ahead of me, Sam Weiss.
Your buddy. First and 10, reverse, and it goes to Aaron Bailey on the handoff by Warren. And Bailey on the move, and an open field and down to the 21-yard line. Rufus Porter makes the stop, and an 18-yard gain on a reverse to Aaron Bailey.
Well, when you run a reverse, the quarterback usually has to get involved in the blocking. Let's see where Kelly is. There he got. He got a man down, chopped him on the leg.
Great call.
They pursue so fast. Tampa Bay defense is so fast and so quick. It's a good call because they always chase. There's a blitz. There's a blitz, Kevin.
100 more yards on the ground today than last week. Zach Crockett, slow to get out of the blocks. He's going for a loss of a yard. Rufus Porter brought him down.
Let me show you the blitzer coming off the right tackle. There's nobody left to block him. Okay, this is going to be the blitzer. Even though the play's going this way, they're out of people to block. Chase Rufus, chase. Boom, in the back. Hello.
Both teams on different courses coming in. Colts had lost their first 8 games, 9 in a row dating back to last year in the regular season. The pressure that has to be around this young Tampa Bay team, beginning 5-0, losing their last 3. Second and 11. Pass is caught. Marvin Harrison. He's down to the 13, about 2 yards shy of a first. He picks up 9. There's a late flag thrown where Harrison was brought down.
A quick slant by Harrison. And they're helping the young quarterback with that 3-step drop. 1, 2, third step hits the ground, ball comes out. I think they're trying to decide if it was a pick. They had a tight end going to the flat with Harrison coming down a slant, and they're trying to figure out whether they rubbed him off or picked him.
There is no foul in play. All the action was legal. Third down.
One man thought he saw a pick, and another man said he never bumped him. When you run a quick slant, you look to see if there's a pick from the inside. All right, one guy's going to come in, and the other guy's going to come out, and they want to see if there's a pick on the secondary. Watch those two. And there is no pick. Good call by the official. One overruled the other. Nobody bumped anybody. Good legal play.
'24-year-old Kelly Holcomb.
Didn't he play in that World League?
He did play overseas with Barcelona. 15 of 20 today. First NFL regular season action ever.
Well, it's funny. The guy who replaced Paul Justin, he played for the team in Germany. So we had 2 World League quarterbacks playing for the Colts in the same day. There's the old big hand. He's got that packed in nice. There's the man right there. He's got his cast in his pocket.
3rd down and 2. They've missed their last 4 third down tries. Holcomb, great time. Low and incomplete into the turf, looking for tight end Marcus Pollard. It's 4th down. They'll try for 3, so the Buccaneers keep the Colts out of the end zone.
And that was Kelly's first bad pass. That was an ugly pass. That was a dirt ball. He knew it, but he's been so good. That's the first time he threw a bad one, and he says they hit me on the elbow, but nobody did touch him. But he's still having a good game.
Gary Blanchard is having a good game. 2 field goals already today from 43 and 36 yards away. Gardaki will hold. This will be a 30-yard attempt for the lead. He missed it wide left, and he had hit 16 consecutive field goals inside 40 yards. We are still tied, and the Buccaneers get it back. Went for naught as the Colts and their normally reliable kicker, Gary Blanchard, wide left. That was a chance at the lead. And the Buccaneers breathing a sigh of relief from the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Dilfer right to work on 1st down. Being chased by McCoy. And Fontenot and throws it away. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Dilfer. A McDonald's game break. We go back to Hollywood, and here is Joseph Francis Buck.
Oh, you're going to throw me off like that? In the third quarter, Chris Chandler with his strike to Terrence Mathis, an 11-yard touchdown throw. Back and forth, back and forth. Francis says a 7-point lead for Atlanta. Don't forget, getting ready in San Francisco. Latest installment of the rivalry of the decade coming up. I don't know your middle name, Kevin, so you're on your own, buddy.
Roberts.
It's TV boy. Kevin
Roberts.
TV boy. Harlan.
Second down and 10. We're tied at 21. Under 11 to play. Allstott on the pitch.
Wow.
Wrapped by Elijah Alexander and Jason Belzer. And there's a loose ball, and they call it a fumble. Nobody blew the whistle, and they're signaling a touchdown. But wait. No flag, no whistle. Touchdown Colts. Robert Blackman. Everybody stood around like the whistle had blown.
Well, he knew it was a live ball. He scooped it up. He told us in the meeting yesterday, I've never been down so much, but I got to keep playing. He said, say hello to my dad. He'll be watching in Texas. Watch him scoop it up. Good force right here. They smacked that ball out. One safety, Belzer knocks it out, and Blackman scoops it. We talked to both safeties because these two safeties are as good a hitters as there are in the league, and they just made the big play. One knocked it out, and the other scored.
Colts have the lead. Blanchard's extra point is in. An incredible turn of events. And a flag has been thrown. A flag is down.
I saw a Colt turn around and run to the official immediately, and the flag came out.
Blackman, the longtime Seahawk, where he was a starter his entire career, comes up with his biggest play as a Colt. On a play where a lot of people just stood around and watched.
He said this losing streak is so painful, I can't even tell you how painful it is. But he says, we're going to keep on fighting. And I asked him about his partner, the other safety, Jason Belzer, and he said, what a hitter. Well, the hitter knocked the ball out, and the opportunist, Robert Blackman, picked it up and scored.
After the try, there was a personal foul on the defense, number 91. Unnecessary roughness. That foul will be enforced on the kickoff.
We're down to 10:46 to play in this game. The Indianapolis Colts have scored 18 unanswered points on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's 28-21, the Colts. Losers of 8 games in a row this year. Penalty on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So instead of kicking off at the 30, the Colts will kick off at the 45. And the Buccaneers notch another penalty, a season-high 8 in this game.
Kicking off from this spot, you got to put it on the ground, Kevin. Give yourself a chance to make a play. Don't kick it through the end zone and come to the 20. I'd put it on the ground and try to make a play somewhere around the 8-9 yard line.
Good point. Here come the Colts, who have scored 18 unanswered points. Line drives it in the end zone. Riedel Anthony watches it go away. Well,
I want to show you two safeties.
Take a look at this one.
Okay, Jason Belzer is going to be the safety. His daddy played for the Kansas City Chiefs. This guy all the way over here drops back, and this is what effort does. If you keep running, here comes the safety, Jason Belzer. He knocks out. Look at this safety. He's got a mile to come. Now the ball's out. Now the ball's on the ground. And the safety, Robert Blackman, keeps on working, scoops it up, runs it in. Guy lives in Sugar Land, Texas.
A little taste of sugar right there. Well, how do the Buccaneers respond? 10:41 in the fourth quarter. Now trailing 28-21. The pitch out to Dunn. The end around goes to Riedel Anthony, and there he goes. Anthony with the first down into the secondary before he's brought down by Belzer and Robert Blackman.
They never did get him down.
Gain of 17 on the play. That is Tampa Bay's first down since the final minute of the first half.
I'd call that a drought.
Moore and Haight will be the double tight end alignment. Allstott stopped by himself in the backfield. The Buccaneers get some breathing space. Dilfer, short drop, quick throw. It's caught close to a first down for his Copeland. They say he is the fastest player on the team. His first reception today from quarterback Trent Dilfer.
Just a quick slant, doing exactly what the Colts were doing on a three-step, 1-2, pop it. Hard to stop unless you got a safety standing in between the tight end and the flank.
They get the first down beyond their 47.
Cover 2, so he's audible, and against cover 2 coverage, goes to a run.
Alstott on 1st and 10, hands off, wrapped up first by Steve Martin, who is a second-year player from Missouri. And then Morrison, the linebacker, jumped on his back. And there's a look at Steve Martin, who was a part-time starter last year as a rookie.
Well, Trent Dilfer was doing exactly what he was coached. When the both safeties get deep, you should be able to run the ball. So when he saw that, he audible, but the Colts were up to stopping you with 7. When you can stop the running game with 7, you're in control.
Second down 11 for Dilfer. Good time, throws well high, and it whistles over the head of receiver Horace Copeland. We talked to Dilfer yesterday, and it is usually, Jerry, about this time of the game where they say, open it up.
You're absolutely right. I said, every time I watch you, when there's 8 minutes or 4 minutes, they say, okay, we're not going to be conservative anymore, Trent. Go win the game. Well, let me tell you, they got to go win the game now. They're behind, and it's time to open it up. It's 3rd and 11. There won't be any more open than this, Kevin. 4 wide receivers.
Reno, 3rd down and 11. They've got to get all the way to the 42-yard line. Dilfer blitzes on. Great time. The throw short of the first down and dropped. And there's a late flag that's thrown at the 41. The flag is down. Dilfer gets up. The pass incomplete to Copeland. Let's see what the flag is all about from referee Mike Carey.
It was all the way downfield, all the way to the 40-yard line. Against the Colts. Automatic first down, Kevin.
Illegal contact by the defense, number 34. 5 yards, automatic. First down.
Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator for Indianapolis.
Way after the play. What drives you crazy as a defensive coordinator wasn't near the play. The ball wasn't around there. There's no sense in pushing anybody.
Got the tandem of Dunn and Alstott in the backfield. First down and 10 from the Colt 48. Dilfer rushes on. The pass is deep and dropped. Incomplete. No flag as it was going for the rookie, Riedel Anthony. Second down and 10. 8:26 to play in the game.
Great adjustment by Riedel Anthony. He has to turn. It's not well thrown. It's underthrown. He has to come back for the ball. But Carlton Gray is up to the task. Now he sees it's not going deep, so he slows down, comes back, and Gray comes back. 2 good football players.
Gray comes from Seattle, where he played 4 years. A little bit different for Dilfer in the second half. Second down and 10. Throw play, done, breaks a couple tackles, and weaves his way for 5 to the 43, setting up 3rd down and about 5. Elijah Alexander, former 10th round pick by the Buccaneers, makes the stop for the Colts.
Well, Dunn hasn't played much. When he comes in there, he looks awful quick. Maybe they were trying to wear down this team with the big Alstott and now go into the quickness with Dunn. Nice contact by Elijah Alexander. Outside linebacker, moved to the middle linebacker because of injuries.
It's 3rd down and 5. Dilfer knocked away. Spectacular defensive play by Dedrick Mathis, and a flag is down at the 47.
What a defensive play. You called it.
Buccaneers, who have been penalized all day, wants the Colts get a second consecutive penalty on the Jim Johnson coach defense. And let's see what that brings.
Illegal hands to the face. On the defense, number 95. 5 yards. Automatic.
That's the
First down.
Bernard Whittington taking the place of the injured Ellis Johnson.
And he drove his hand. He drove his hand to the face of the blocker. Well, he just grabbed him by the face mask. Pretty Picciuni's call on that one.
Buccaneers began this drive at their own 20. First and 10. Play action by Dilfer. Hit as he throws. Wide open. Caught by Horace Copeland. First down to the Colts 23-yard line. And that's a gain of 15.
Well, that's the first Tampa Bay Buccaneer I've seen wide open in a long time. Must be zone because he sits down. And the Colts have just about pitched a shutout. No one's open. That's what it was. It was a zone, and nobody broke to the curl.
Copeland's done a couple passes on this drive. Missed the entire 96 season, Jerry, with the knee. Slow to come back. Now he is back in full flower for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Audible. Changing the play.
Eighth play of the drive. First and 10. Quick throw. He read it well. There's the completion. It's caught. Carl Williams breaking a tackle. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Well, Trent Dilfer in high school had a 3.9 plus average. In college, 3.7. Well, he just showed your intelligence. He saw what we saw up here, saw the strong safety move over, saw the free come to the tight end, changed the play, throws the touchdown. He read their mail. This is an intelligent play by the quarterback.
He read the mail, and he sent it back.
What a job he did. He saw the free safety walk over to cover the tight end before the ball was snapped and changed everything. That's intelligence. 3.9 grade point average in high school.
Problems with extra points for Houston. High snap to Walsh, and the kick is up, and we are tied in Indianapolis. 6:52 to play in the fourth quarter. A reverse to Anthony at 17. A pass to Copeland at 15. And then Carl Williams from 24 yards. Buccaneers and the Colts at 28 apiece. And here's Michael Husted, who's had 2 touchbacks today. And Aaron Bailey will take it out from 3 yards deep in the end zone. Crept up and brought down nicely on the play by Tyrone Leggett. Let's take a look at the 24-yard touchdown pass to Carl Williams.
Watch the 2 safeties for the Colts. The quarterback for Tampa Bay, Trent Dilfer, reads it. They walk over. The quarterback's looking at this free safety and this strong safety. Watch when he walks over. He walks over so he can cover him. He stands up and changes the play. Here's a guy with a 3.9 in high school, a 3.7 in college, and a 4-point today. Read their mail. That's intelligence, and that helps you win if you're a football coach.
Colts will need intelligence and some minor miracle play from Kelly Holcomb. First and 10 pass. Low, almost kicked off. Incomplete. Donnie Abraham was covering Marvin Harrison. It's second down and 10. Both teams, by the way, with 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, the only thing that saved this from being an interception, it was a bad throw. So if Kelly had a chance to throw a bad one, this was a good time to do it because he's read it. He's got the play. He's going to intercept it, but it's so low, it's on the ground. A good throw, and Donnie Abraham had an interception.
Rocket in the backfield. Second down and 10 yards to go. Short drop, the quick throw. Dawkins has the catch. Knocked out of bounds after a gain of 9. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Well, Anthony Parker is not reading the quarterback like Donnie Abraham is. He is not reading the 3-step drop. He's late. If you go back to the play before that, 21, Donnie almost intercepted it. He's watching the quarterback. When he takes 3 steps, he's stopping. They got to get Anthony Parker playing the corner like Donnie Abraham is to stop the 3-step throwing attack.
Not a very good third down team, the Colts. 3rd and 1. They've missed their last 5 third down tries. Lamont Warren, the second effort, got him to the first down at the 30-yard line. Melvin Johnson brings him down. That was a big first down.
Well, how about Lamont? I think all the little backs have to watch this game. This is a physical, tough, straight-ahead running, no fair dodging. You listen to it, coming at you.
Marshall Faulk is out.
Here's actual speed.
First down and 10 on the Warren. First down run. Holcomb steps up in the pocket and throws to Warren at the 36-yard line. Melvin Johnson brings him down. Warren's 10th catch of the year. That's good for a gain of 6. It'll be second down and 4.
Well, last week, Tony Mandridge absolutely stunk against San Diego. Got beat on the inside move. So Chidi Ahanatu says, I'm going to try to beat him up underneath because he got beat so bad last week. Watch this. There's the roll underneath. And you got to love Mandridge. He worked on it. He plowed him right down in the ground. Get beat on me one time, but not the next week.
Offensive line has only given up 1 sack today for the Colts. The blitz on second and 4. There goes a flag, and there goes Lamont Warren. Yardage right there, good for 5 yards out to the 41-yard line, but 2 flags on the field. Hardy Nickerson makes the stop.
Well, the linebacker was going to blitz off the open side. He left too early. He was going to come underneath and try to blow the play up. Rufus Porter. And a good job by Lamont Warren. He read that he was coming underneath, and he bounced the play outside. I think they lost the jersey number.
Offside on the defense, number 91. 5 yards, a measure to give us a first down.
Really, I think the guy that jumped was, this is 91. Watch the linebacker move up here, and he'll blitz off that side. That's Rufus. And when Rufus Porter blitzes, yeah, it was Rufus. They missed it. We got it. He came underneath. Lamont saw it, and he jumped outside. We got to help these officials all we can.
You've never been one not to be very charitable toward referees.
Well, no, I've always tried to help him.
First down and 10 from the 41. Clock at 4:50. Hot and high, the pass intended for running back Lamont Warren. Clock is stopped at 4:47. Second down and 10 for young Kelly Holcomb.
He's saying my fault. He could not follow through because it got pushed in his face. Watch his throwing motion. He stops it. That's why he's patting on his chest. He sees all these people up in his chest, and he didn't follow through. Ugly ball, and he knows it. His fault.
Holcomb's numbers today, 17 to 25. Second down and 10. We're tied at 28. Play action by Holcomb, going deep. He's got Harrison. There goes a flag. That'll be a completion. Or as good as a completion. Donnie Abraham was there. It'll be in the vicinity of the 23-yard line. And the Colts will have it first and 10.
But Tampa Bay was in the blitz. When
Pass
you're in the
interference on the defense, number 21. Automatic.
You're by
First
yourself all the way. Yeah, and it was a bad throw. He didn't know they should have. If he could have looked over his left shoulder, he probably could have picked it off, but he thought he was going to give up a touchdown and didn't bother looking back.
So a play as good as a completion down to the 24-yard line, where it's first down and 10 yards to go. In essence, a 35-yard gain and a 35-yard penalty. Crockett in the backfield. 4 wide receivers. Holcomb with the draw play, handoff. Crockett got a great block from Mandridge, takes it inside, gets a first down to the Tampa Bay 12-yard line. It's a gain of 12.
Well, Crockett's having a heck of a day, but he can thank the offensive coaching staff. This 4 wide out set is where he's getting all of his yardage because they're in that 4-1. And that 4-1 cannot stop. Nice block by Mandridge. Mandridge having a heck of a comeback after last week.
Crockett, 81 yards. That ties a career high rushing. First down and 10. They've got Warren in motion out of the backfield. On the deflection, it was caught. It was off the fingertips of Dawkins, hauled in by Warren, and they're all the way down to the 7-yard line. Clock stopped at 3:52. What a play.
Well, remember when the back motions past the wideout, the ball's going to the wideout. Lindy and Fanning. This back is going to motion. He's going to pass a wideout. 87, Sean Dawkins. That means the ball's going to Sean Dawkins. That's how you got to play Lindy. There's the ball. There's the tip. Ended up on Lamont.
They can get a first down. It's 2nd down and 5 from the 7. Under 4 to play. Tied at 28. Handoff. Warren around the clock at block. He's inside the 5. And about a yard and a half shy of the first down. John Lynch makes the stop in the secondary.
Well, I think Lindy is totally committed to the big back the rest of the day. The small backs, Warwick Dunn, Marshall Falk, little guys are watching. This is a big guy's game today. Big time hitting.
2 timeouts apiece. Tied at 28. Colts came in having lost their first 8 games this year. 9 in a row dating back to December of last season. The Buccaneers have lost 3 in a row. It's 3rd and 3 from inside the 5. The fake and a fumble on the play, and it's loose at the 11-yard line. The Buccaneers say they've got it. And Tampa Bay recovers the fumble. Chidi Ahanatu jumped on it.
Watch the penetration, Kevin. Watch the people in the backfield instantly. Look at that penetration.
Reagan Upshaw.
Reagan Upshaw was. Reagan Upshaw
Broke up the handoff.
got all. Look, he's there. It's going to be a bootleg. It wasn't even going to be a handoff. What a nice play by Reagan Upshaw.
7 all start in the backfield. First down and 10 yards to go. Dilfer right to work on first down. Throws a screen pass. Caught by Dunn. Has the first down as he takes a guy in his back out to the 23. Picks up 11 yards.
I'll tell you, we have some excitement here. You never heard a crowd like this rooting for a team that hasn't won a game. I love that. I love that. It's not over.
From the 24-yard line, first down and 10. Good time for Dilfer. Outside dropped by his tight end, Dave Moore, who's caught a pass today. In the end zone for a touchdown, incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, you can't drop that ball. That ball's right where Steve Moore has to have it. Good throw. You got to make the play. It's crunch time. It's 2 minutes. Good throw by the quarterback. Come on, Dave.
Second down and 10. Dunn in motion out of the backfield. Blitz is on. Dilfer throws. This time the tight end Moore holds on and picks up a small gain on the play of 4. Setting up 3rd down and 6 as Steve Morrison out of Michigan makes the stop.
Dave Moore drops an easy one. The play before comes back, and this is a tough catch on tough coverage, close coverage, all over him, running the diagonal. There's the linebacker going for the ball. Steve Morrison, and that's a good catch.
We're down to the 2-minute warning. Tied at 28, Indianapolis and Tampa Bay. In the Dome in Indianapolis. Coming up next, our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader continues. The Cowboys and the 49ers. Except those of you watching in Chicago. 3rd and long. They've got to get to the 34. Dilfer with the defender in his face, throws downfield, and it is dropped. No flag, no whistle, no penalty. To Carl Williams, incomplete, 40-yard line. The Buccaneers have got a punt.
And a great job by Dilfer to get it off. Oh, good defense. He was beat. He turned around, watched the pressure on Dilfer.
Ray McElroy was the guy covering Jerry, and in his face, this young kid out of Missouri, Steve Martin.
All over Dilfer. Good defense by the Colts.
Sean Lendette at a punt. Gets off a rocket. Stabline back to his own 18. And from behind, brought down. Beautiful tackle on the play by special teamer Sheldon Quarles. He is a rookie. Pretty good coverage, and these are not known as great coverage teams.
What a great punt. That's why you don't go out and sign a rookie punter when you lose your starter. You go get a veteran.
Quarles on him after a 53-yard punt by Sean Lendette. What must be going through that kid's mind?
Just don't make a mistake. I know he felt bad on that fumble, but his offensive line all came over and talked to him on the sideline while their defense was out there. Even the rookie offensive lineman came over and said, we can move it, we can do it.
On the 23, first and 10 with Sapp in his face. Holcomb throws it away, and I think anyone would do the same thing with Warren Sapp running like a runaway freight train right to your face. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, they let him all in because it's a middle screen. If he can dunk this over the rush, they got to stun him, but it's a middle screen. Everybody to block Hardy Nickerson, and he couldn't find Lamont.
Both teams with 2 timeouts, 1:41 left in regulation. We're tied at 28, second down and 10. Holcomb throws, pass is caught. Brian Stabline, his second catch today. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be third down.
His passes in the fourth quarter, talking about Kelly's, have gone low. He's gone to throwing the ball like a dirt ball. He needs to get back in his good rhythm. Of course, he's in the shotgun. He's not in that 3-step, which he did so well. He's in the shotgun again.
Warren at his side, 4 receivers, platoon, third down, 8 to go, and the pass is bobbled and incomplete. He would have had the yards for a first down, but Sean Dawkins could not bring it in.
And it was close to being intercepted. And he was close to being sacked. That tells you everybody's playing as hard as they can play.
Well, when you've lost a combined 8 games between these 2 teams in a row, you're going to play that way.
Sean Dawkins on the out route. Couldn't get control. Good throw.
Gardocki to punt.
How many times has he punted, Kevin? This may be a record.
Carl Williams deep back. Gardocki has been punting a lot today.
Bad punt.
Wobbly punt. Carl Williams, who's returned 1 for 63 yards already today, gets a block, and he's inside Colt territory, taking it down near the 45. No penalty flags, a 40-yard repunt, but a 21-yard return by Carl Williams.
Are they hitting or what? If you're sitting at home, I promise you, everything you see on television is not the only hitting. I'm watching people wobble off. I'm helping, players are helping each other off the field, both sides, spilling their guts.
Here's the NFC Central. The Packers will play the Lions tonight up at Lambeau. The Vikings are winning. Tampa Bay is tied. Chicago losing today to the Redskins up at Soldier Field. Buccaneers have lost 3 in a row, and a win today, they said, was imperative against the 0-8 Indianapolis Colts. They've been taken to the limit. On first down, Dilfer. Great time underneath, and it's fought by Dunn. Gets a first down, taking it to the 33, picks up 12. Elijah Alexander makes the stop.
Well, what the Colts did there, they went to a 3-man rush. They've been putting a lot of pressure with 4, but they switched to 3 with 44 seconds left.
Timeout taken. Riedel Anthony got away and spins to the 23, picks up 9, setting up second down and 1.
All-out blitz on Dilfer that time. Good job of bringing the ball out instantly. Good throw. We said they like to give him about a minute or 2 to try to win the game. This week, under a minute.
Second down and 1. Dilfer. What a catch made for a first down at the 18-yard line by tight end Dave Moore.
I'm shocked they threw it. I wouldn't throw it again. There'd be no more passes.
6-yard pickup. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. This will set it up for Michael Houston. They're tied at 28. We're back in Indianapolis, and here's Michael Houston. Last week, his missed point after may have cost the Buccaneers, but he can do a lot to rectify that with Coach Tony Dungy. Ball will go down at the 26. This will be a 36-yard attempt. The holder is Steve Walsh. It is a brand new holder, and many people think that with Barnhart out and Walsh now the new holder, that has been the source of Houston's problems. For the lead, a high snap put down. It is up, and it is good, and the Buccaneers lead it 31-28 with 8 seconds to play. Walsh got a high snap down.
And I think they did the right thing, having Walsh become the holder with Landeta being out of football, trying to get Landeta ready to come in and hold.
Two weeks ago, the Colts suffered a horrible loss to the Buffalo Bills. Steve Christie kicked the field goal to give Buffalo the win. And the high snap put down by Walsh, and this may indeed give the Buccaneers a win against the Colts.
Right down the middle.
Indianapolis with one timeout remaining. What can they do in 8 seconds?
Well, you got to try to keep it alive. This kick cannot be tackled. You have to have a play, sort of like a rugby play. You have to lateral the kick return. Keep moving the ball around and end up in the hands of your fastest guy. If it goes to a lineman, you got to pitch it back. If you're kicking off for Tampa, you're going to have 2 safeties instead of 1. Let them bring it back as far as you want, as long as they don't score. You don't care if they bring it back 80 yards. So some of your cover people will be safeties. Ordinarily, the kicker's a safety. You have 2 people be the safety, and you put the ball on the ground.
Well, for Houston to get that